Hello and welcome. I'm Marquette and this is Mind Body Dallas. This morning I got this amazing image and I wanted to share it with you. I was meditating and I do encourage you to start meditating even if it's just for 1 minute. That's how I started my meditation practice, was just 1 minute thinking happy thoughts, and one happy thought will naturally bring about another happy thought, and just do that for 1 minute and it will make an amazing impact on your life and your day. You'll notice that more good things are coming your way because you're focused, you're training your brain to focus on what you want to see. And so when you think, let me bring up a happy thought, you'll be surprised what comes. It might come from some 7-year-old self, some thought from your 16-year-old self at a football game. I mean, who knows what will come up for you, but it will make you smile and it will naturally bring about another happy thought. That's manifestation, that's attraction. You're changing your frequency to attract another happy thought. Well, anyway, I've worked myself up to longer meditations now, and that will happen for you naturally as well. And I was meditating this morning and it came to me that I love entertaining. I've always had the gift of hospitality. My mom has a good gift of hospitality. It comes in my family on both sides. I'm Italian on both sides, and we love hosting. We love having people over. We love entertaining. And as I've gone to really nice parties over the years, I've found that there are some entertainers that really inspire me, and I've learned to hone in on the way that I entertain and what things I like from an entertainer and what I don't. Well, that is me entertaining you, right? And then I thought, interesting. Who do I want at my table? And then I thought, remember that saying that says, be careful what thoughts you entertain, or be careful of what you're entertaining. Like, don't entertain thoughts of fear. And I never thought about it as entertaining. Like, when fear comes knocking at your door, you can look out and say, I don't want you in my home. I don't want you in my, you've done it with the Amazon guy or the guy that's coming selling toilet paper or selling books. And you're like, you look out the peephole and you're like, nah, not today. I don't have time. I don't want to. It's not aligned with my goals and dreams. You get the idea? So when fear comes knocking, fear or lack or scarcity or anxiety, any of these things, illness, when something comes, a temptation knocking, do you open the door? That's your choice. You have free will. God gives you free will. You are created in God's image to do what then? Create. You get to create your own life. You are co-creating your life with God. And so when a knock comes, you are challenged with a test. Am I who I say I am? Wow. I don't entertain thoughts of fear. I don't entertain thoughts of anxiety and worry. Over 300 times in the Bible it says, do not worry, do not fear, be anxious for nothing. Paul says in his letter to the Philippians in chapter 4, be anxious for nothing. That means no thing, no person, place, or thing, nothing. Be anxious for nothing. So when anxiety comes knocking because of a diagnosis or a friend in need or a parent, a spouse, you stubbed your toe. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to run that race tomorrow, and then I'm not gonna be able to feed my kids, and then I'm gonna be homeless on the street, and then I'm gonna die alone. And it's like, what? Wow, your life is spiraling out of control, careening down into hell. Or you can say, nah, not today. Have you ever heard that song, Tell the Devil No, Not Today, Not Today? I love that song. And it's like, no, not today. You look out the peephole and you're like, not today. How then, when Paul wrote his letter to the Philippians, did he say get out of anxiety? Well, the very next sentence says, fix your focus, fix your thoughts. Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts create your inner state, which creates your behavior and your environment. Remember FISBE? We talked about that a few videos ago. David Emerald's empowerment dynamic. FISBE. Okay, so Paul says, fix your thoughts on what is true, honorable, right, and pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and worthy of praise. Fix your thoughts, fix your focus. When fear comes, it's just false evidence appearing real. You get to decide if you open the door and pull up a chair at your table. Who do you want at your table? When you're meditating and thinking and imagining and dreaming of your dream party, do you invite your worst enemies and the people you want to avoid? Why would you invite them to your party? Misery loves company. It would love to come into your house and drag you down into a ditch. Misery loves company, but so does joy. And joy throws better parties. So when joy comes knocking, invite her in. Joy and peace and love and all the fruits of the Spirit. I think those are found in Galatians 5. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. I want those 8 or 9 seats at my table. Think about it like this. Have you even sent out an invitation to joy? What about gratitude? What about gentleness? Have you even invited patience and kindness into your life? Have you even sent out the invitation? Hey, I'd like to entertain you for a while. I'd like to throw a party with joy and peace and gratitude and trust. So when those fears come knocking, thank them and then move on, switch, just like a toddler would, you would do for a toddler is you would redirect, or a dog, you would redirect. And it's like, this is easy training. And we do it so easily with others, but we don't do it as easily with ourselves. It's like, oh, I was up worrying all night. Well, why? Why didn't you kick those worries out? Like when you have a bad guest that's overstaying their welcome, you gently say, because you have healthy boundaries, you know, I'm so sorry, this has been fun, but actually I'm gonna have to ask you to go, you know, would you please excuse me, I'm going to bed. We've got to end this, but I can't wait to do it again. Or if they were breaking glasses and turning music up and they were being disrespectful, you or your dad or your husband, the mighty man in your life, which might have to be you sometimes, the masculine, the strong protector in your life, who might have to be you sometimes, says, no, that's unacceptable. I love you, but I do not like that behavior. That way you don't have any guilt. I love you, but I don't like that behavior. I am unwilling to accept unacceptable behavior. I could, but I won't. I don't do that anymore. That's the old me. Used to come over and trash my house and keep me up all night and party and scream and poke me in my pokey places. No. So when worry comes knocking and fear and scarcity and lack, that's the old you, but it's testing you. So just when you decide this morning's a new day, I'm gonna think good thoughts of prosperity and abundance and health and love, then you will almost immediately get a knock at your door. And I want to read you this quote. One of my favorite devotionals is Streams in the Desert. It's been around for like 1 million years, since I think the 50s. It is so good. I read it every single day for 4 years in a row. And I have been, sometimes I read it on and off now. I'm not as religious or about it, disciplined about it, but I love it. And I think this is from Streams in the Desert, if not Streams in the Desert, I should say. If not, if you happen to know where this comes from, please put it in the comments. I didn't write it down where I got this, but I'm almost positive it's from Streams in the Desert. It says, seeing God in everything, that means everything, because you know that you are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean. You are not identified by just one wave, one ego identity of yourself, right? But everything comes to you to mirror back to you a part or a version of yourself so you can learn and grow. So, okay, seeing God in everything is the only thing that will make me loving and patient with people who annoy and trouble me. Then I will see others as the instruments God uses to accomplish his tender and wise purpose for me. And I will inwardly thank them for the blessing they have become to me. So let's just say you have a spouse or a parent or a child or a friend or even a neighbor troubling you or mirroring back to you something that you need to change. Carl Jung, I think, the famous therapist who talked about that. people are always just reflecting back to you something. That which irritates me is bringing me to a greater understanding of myself. What does that mean? You mean you're poking me in my pokey places and you're getting on my dang nerves to show me something about me? I'm not annoying like that. Okay, maybe look in the mirror. Like that Michael Jackson song, change the man in the mirror. When you go to the mirror, if you see something you don't like, so this might be life, when a mirror comes up to you, right? So when you look in the mirror and you see you have a spot on your shirt, a stain on your shirt, or a spot on your face, your lipstick is smudged. So there's an error, right? Or something you don't like. You don't go wipe off the mirror. You change your shirt, you change your lipstick, you take a shower, rinse off the day, and you start again. You blow dry your hair and you get beautiful to attract your dreams and desires. And you maybe start over, start afresh, fine, but you recognize that you are who needs to change. You, not them. As I change, all conditions will change. We know that. So as I change even my response, because why? You are responsible. You are response-able. I know that's not how you spell it, but you are responsible for your response. Even when fear and ick comes knocking at your door, on your door, at your door. Anyway, I don't want to get too long-winded here. I just thought of that. I love the idea of entertaining thoughts. And if you are an entertainer, which we all get to have people over at some point, but if not, you can step in and imagine what it would be like to throw a party. Who are you inviting into your home? Your heart, your mind. You have control of this guest list. And don't emotionalize it. Fear, it's so scary, da-da-da. Okay, just redirect. You don't have to spend much time thinking about why you don't want them in your home. It's pretty obvious. No, thank you. Next. You don't have to beg and plead. Next. Just move on. Stay in your intuition. Okay, more to come later. Thanks. Have a great day.